Steady now.
Fire Pro remains one of the longest running series of wrestling games, seeing its first entry on the PC Engine in 1989. However, most gamers living outside of Japan will be unfamiliar with the name, as the series largely remained exclusive to its homeland. The first entry to receive an English release wouldn't launch until 2001 with the Game Boy Advance entry, with a PS2 sequel and an Xbox Live Arcade entry also seeing a release in Europe. So, Fire Pro Wrestling World marks a notable excursion to Western territories, and even brings the New Japan Pro Wrestling license with it. But was it worth the wait?
Studio. Yeah.
Wrestling World marks a return to form, as the prior entry earned scorn from critics and fans for being overly simplistic and a far cry from previous entries. Returning to an isometric perspective, players can perform strikes, though a majority of the action comes from the grappling system. As two wrestlers approach, you enter a tie-up stance where pushing a button and directional input performs a move. Performing this can be tricky at first, as it requires timed inputs that, if missed, see you being countered or grappled, but it's gratifying once you figure it out. Each wrestler also has signature moves and finishers, though you also have to manage stamina, as using big moves in quick succession leads to your wrestler growing tired and slower. Aerial offense can be performed off the top rope or outside the ring, weapons can be utilised, and pins and submissions can end the match, while mashing buttons helps you kick out or break out of holds. It's a deep experience and also a rewarding one, as beating the AI on harder settings requires balancing moves and resting. Each match also gives an evaluation upon completion, adding a further layer to matches. You can of course just pummel foes into paste, but your rating will be low. Instead, contests demand a mix of elements that make wrestling great. Back and forth action, counters, aerial spots, outside brawling, weapon usage, and blood all increase your percentage, while longer matches also result in better scores. This often plays a key role in Mission Mode, a series of more than 50 challenges which have special objectives to complete. Whether it's earning a certain score, beating opponents with specific moves, or simply beating tough odds, it's a fun sequence of missions that offers some tutelage before scaling into tricky trials, such as 3-on-1 handicap matches. Earning the S rank with higher scores is even tougher, but new moves for Creation Mode certainly prove a just reward. Like prior entries, World's assortment of customization options borders on staggering. Creating wrestlers has a huge number of options, including parts which resemble classic wrestlers from multiple federations past, such as Vader's iconic mask. Each part of the body has multiple layers that lets you add details to make each wrestler stand out. It's certainly complex, though handily you can download wrestlers uploaded by other creators. You can create referees, ring skirts, belts, and even upload MP4s to use as entrance music. But it goes even deeper. Moves can be renamed, AI can be tweaked so wrestlers act more closely to their real-life counterparts, and even their factions and stables. There's a ton of match types too for your toy box, including MMA style matches, death matches, and tournaments, meaning there's huge scope to the fun you can have with your creations. Outside of your own creations, the roster features a mix of original wrestlers and just shy of 40 stars from New Japan Pro Wrestling. Some may notice a few missing, but stars such as Kenny Omega, Tanahashi, and Okada are playable. They have a big presence in Fighting Road, an expansive single-player experience which mixes visual novel segments with grappling. As your custom character, you begin training, including a brief foreign excursion with some of those original wrestlers of the Spike Wrestling Association, before returning to Japan. Dialogue options see you aligning with one of 4 factions, including the Okada-led Chaos, and it changes the story branch, along with your victories and losses. There's a ton to uncover here, with an initial finish only rewarding around 17% of the scenario, which itself took well over 10 hours. Between this, the mission mode, and customization galore, it is a fully featured wrestling game. There are a few issues you can levy at Fire Pro Wrestling World. The isometric perspective, while certainly working for the most part, can lead to some awkwardness, such as lining up strikes. There are also a few times you'll notice clipping and AI goofs, such as a wrestler's head going through the cage, or standing in a certain spot causing opponents to stand still. The presentation certainly won't wow those expecting much from the PS4 upgrade, though the 2D characters still have a lot of charm, and quality animations capture the moves well. The entrances are somewhat underwhelming though, feeling a bit too static and lacking energy, but it's cool to wrestle in both the Sumo Hall and Tokyo Dome at least. The audio is also decent, with strikes and moves sounding accurate, while voice clips from your wrestlers or the referee being tolerable, despite their frequency during matches. The menu music and a small selection of themes do the job too. Fire Pro Wrestling World might look quaint next to other PS4 wrestling games such as the WWE 2K series, but don't let its retro appearance fool you. Spike Chunsoft's return to series tenets results in one of the deepest takes on the sport you'll find, with an almost endless supply of customization options to create your ultimate federation. Handily, the matches themselves play a treat too, despite some small quirks taking you out of the experience. With a lengthy list of match types, deep single player modes, and online for up to 4 players, it's a great value. If you have interest in the sport, especially for the minutiae of what makes a classic match, then it's well worth grabbing.
Bang!